Hello, dear children. Today we are going to begin the next part of the lesson, The Adventures of Toto. Okay, this is Prose-2 from the book Moments. Okay, where did we stop in our previous lecture? Did you see that? We had stopped in this paragraph, okay, the last paragraph, when the grandfather had hidden the monkey, as you can see in the picture, and suddenly the monkey had poked out his head from the bag, and the ticket collector, ticket checker thought that it's not a monkey, it's a dog, and he had charged a certain amount of money. Okay, what was that amount? As you remember, what did we discuss yesterday? The ticket collector had charged rupees 3 from grandfather. Okay, and then he also showed his tortoise to him and asked whether will he charge a certain amount for carrying the tortoise with him. Okay, but the ticket collector said that there are no charges for such thing. Okay, this is the place, as it is not a dog, we do not charge anything. Okay, this is the place where we had stopped in our previous lecture. Now let's move to the next page. Okay, now see, when Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable. Do you remember? Means, what do we understand by the word stable? Stable is the place where we can keep our horses. Okay, horse. Okay, where he had for a companion the family donkey. Okay, in fact, we can keep the donkey in the stable. So, who was the companion of Toto in the stable? The donkey was his companion. What is the meaning of companion? Companion means to be with, किसी के साथ रहना. Okay, so who was his companion? The donkey was his companion. Whose companion? Toto's companion. Okay, okay. So what was name of that donkey? Nana. Okay, donkey's name was Nana. On Toto's first night in the stable, what happened? Let's see. Grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. Okay, grandfather just checked whether he is comfortable in the stable or not. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause, pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Okay, fine. Now here, what do you understand by the word bundle of hay? Hay is the thing which is in the farms. Actually, it is in the farm. The dried garbage of the farm is known as hay, hay, hay. So the donkey was trying to hide his face, sorry, her face, because the donkey was a female donkey. So she was trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay, means away from the hay. Okay, not in the hay, but away from the hay. So without apparent cause, pulling her head halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Okay, now here, what can you see? That the donkey was uncomfortable staying with Toto. It simply conveys us that donkey was uncomfortable to stay with Toto. Okay, now let's see what happens next in the second paragraph of this page. Okay, grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches. Okay, so slap across her haunches was given by grandfather to whom? To the donkey Nana. Okay, and she jerked back, dragging Toto with her. Okay, she dragged Toto. It means उसको घसीट के ले जा रही थी Toto को वो. Who? The donkey. Okay, jerked means with force. She moved back with force. Okay, he had fastened on to her long ears with his sharp little teeth. So it means some naughtiness was also done by Toto, right? As he had fastened onto her long ears. What did he fasten into her long ears? His sharp teeth. Okay, जोर से काट रहा था उसके कान पे वो. Okay, that is the reason she was just feeling uncomfortable with him. It means he did not stop his naughtiness. Okay, as Toto was a naughty monkey, he did not stop his naughtiness. Okay, Toto and Nana never became friends. Okay, now as this particular line suggests that Toto and Nana both never became friends. Okay, A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings. Okay, a great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for his bath. Now grandmother has accepted him. Okay, grandmother has accepted him as a family member and she is providing hot water, warm water. Okay, warm water for bathing. For whom? For Toto. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hand. Now, can you see cunningly? Cunningly, it means he was very sharp, intelligent monkey. That he wanted to know the temperature of water before entering inside it. Okay. Then gradually step into the bath. Then he slowly and steadily. Gradually means slowly and steadily he used to enter the bathing bowl. Okay. So first 1 foot, when the other, as had seen me doing, and okay, as okay, he was a good observer also. Here, grandfather's grandson is telling us that, as what is he telling us, that he used to observe the grandson how is he entering the bathtub. Okay, in the same way he also copied him. So as he had seen me doing, who is saying this word? Who is he here? The grandson. So the Toto observed the grandfather's grandson how to enter inside the bathtub. Okay, until he was into the water up to his neck. In fact, he was enjoying to be inside the water up to his neck. Okay, so this is how Toto was having bath. Okay, but he was using a large bowl. Okay, large bowl. He was using a large bowl, not the tub. A large bowl was used for bathing. Okay, so we have ended with this page. Now let's come to the next page of the lesson. Okay, so once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hands or feet and rub himself all over. So he was enjoying the rubbing of the soap also on his body. Okay, he was just enjoying the foam of also the foam which comes out of the soap while bathing. Okay, he liked the scrubbing his means fur. Okay, so this is how he enjoyed bathing. When the water became cold, okay, when the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. Now the kitchen was full of fire for cooking, so after bathing he wanted to dry himself. Okay, to dry himself, what did he do? He ran towards kitchen and he used to sit near the fire. Okay, so that he will just feel a little warm also, and he could have dried himself also. Okay, if anyone laughed at him during this performance, Toto's feelings would be hurt. So he never liked if someone is laughing on him. Okay, and he would refuse to go on with his bath. Okay, so what he used to refuse, if somebody laughed, his sentiments used to be means hurt. Okay, he would hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. Now and then he denied for bathing next time also. Okay, so one day Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. Okay, he was totally succeeded means he was about to boil himself in the pot of the water, boiling water. Okay, खुद को बॉईल करने वाला था टोटो. सो व्हाट डिड ही डू टू सेव हिमसेल्फ? लेट्स सी. A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil. Okay, large kitchen kettle means for cooking purpose. Somebody must have kept that large cooking kettle on the fire. Okay, for tea for tea. Okay, but the purpose of keeping that kettle on the kitchen fire was to prepare tea. And Toto finding himself with nothing better to do. Okay, now Toto was habitual of just being inside the bowl. Okay, bowl of water. So he thought, what did he think looking at the kettle? Let's see. Decided to remove the lid. Okay, as he was a naughty monkey, he removed the lid of the kettle. What do we understand by the lid? The cover of the kettle. जो केटली थी उसका वो जो कैप है उसको रिमूव कर दिया उसने. Okay, finding the water just warm enough for a bath. Okay, now he thought that it's bathing water, it's for bathing. Okay, he got in. What did he do? He entered inside. Okay, with his head sticking out from the open kettle. Now he had just kept his head out of the kettle and he entered inside it. This was just fine for a while. So he felt okay for a while as the water was warm enough that he could have been inside it. Okay, until the water began to boil. Now what happened next? Water started boiling. Then he must have felt uncomfortable. He must have started feeling uncomfortable. Toto then raised himself a little. Then he tried to just move upward. Raised himself means he moved upward. But finding it cold outside, then what did he feel? He felt that outside it's quite cold. Then he sat down again. Means again he entered inside the kettle. He continued hopping up and down for some time. So he moved up and down for a lot of time. Okay, for some time. Until grandmother arrived and hold him. Means grandmother reached that place and she shouted on him. Okay, and she moved him back, dragged him out. Okay, half boiled out of the kettle. Okay, she hold him means she dragged him out of the kettle and he was almost half boiled out of the kettle. Okay, so this is how he was so naughty. Okay, if there is a part of the brain especially devoted to mischief, okay, each and every human also have a part in the brain which allows you to do some mischief. मतलब मस्ती करने के लिए बहुत एक part होता है दिमाग में. So that part was largely developed in Toto. Okay, so that part was quite extraordinarily developed in Toto. Okay, he was always tearing things. Okay, tearing means फाड़ना चीज़ों को. So he used to tear things into pieces, small little pieces. Okay, whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress. Okay, so there could have been an attachment with that lady that he must have felt that her dress is quite attractive for him. So he used to just hold it. He tried to hold it and always tried to tear it. Okay, and tried to create a hole in it. छेद बना लेता था फाड़ के उसमें. Okay, so these were the attempts made by Toto when one of his aunts used to visit his place. Okay, now let's see. This is the second last paragraph. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of dining table. Okay, so large dish of pulao was stood in center of dining table. Then what happened? We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. Now what did they observe? They saw that Toto is eating rice. Stuffing himself means वो अपने पेट भर रहा था rice से. Okay, so whole pulao was being eaten by Toto. Okay, my grandmother screamed. Then grandmother shouted and Toto threw a plate at her. Now grandmother must have got injured as he had thrown the plate on grandmother. Okay, one of my aunts rushed forward and received a glass of water in the face. Okay, then one of his aunt, what did she receive? She received a place, means Toto threw that plate on her face. Okay, then what happened when grandfather arrived? Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. Now he must have felt uncomfortable that he will get scoldings from grandfather. So he just left that place and he made his exit through a window. बाहर निकल के भाग गया वो. We found him in the branches of a jackfruit tree. Jackfruit, कटहल जिसे बोलते हैं. Okay, that on that tree he sat on one of the branches of jackfruit tree. The dish still is in his arms. Means the dish was in his arms at